This is reading text of IELTS Cambridge 2L. Today I am going to solve this reading text by flowing the reading skills, which are basically too much important in IELTS reading text, as the IELTS reading test contains three paragraphs or three, let's say, passages, and uh, each passage should be solved within 20 minutes. So going through the text is quite impossible within 20 minutes and solving all these 40 questions. So the best way to solve IELTS reading text is to first of all apply the reading skills, skimming, scanning, keyword technique, and close reading. So I'm going to use these four skills, how these four skills do work, especially for me in reading text. Honestly, I'm not seen this text before, and I'm going to solve it from my side, and I am not sure that how much answers or how many answers I'll get or how much band I'll secure at the end. So let's begin. And the title is cork. The thick bark of the cork oak tree is a remarkable material. And then these Egyptians, and then Greeks and Romans go to the cork oak itself an extraordinary tree. Then bark grows 20 cm thickness, and the 20 cm developed most probably defense, and then there is sequestration 40 million per cubic centimeters, and then there is technology replicating. Cocoa grows in a number of Mediterranean countries: Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece. More cocoa, 400 millimeters, 800 millimeters, and southern Portugal, Alentejo, or what is that, 20th century. And then the most cork forests are family one, and then 200 years old, and then 25 years is here, 15 to 20 years here. Cork harvesting is a very specialized profession, way. And then let's go this over 60%, and then corkwood is here. Recent years is here. Bottle stoppers. So this 246, this TSC, what does it talk about? This 4 parts of the trillion, then spoil, puts something like that, and then bottle, result fast, aluminum screw, this something, classic work stop, cork stopper talks about, and firstly something is there, secondly something is there. It talks about biodiversity, desertification, the material like this. Okay, this is skimming and scanning of the text. Now let's read the question first. So true, false, not given. So tricky question, and these questions are usually in order. Keep your mind, these questions are in order. This true, false, not given, and though they are very tricky questions. Then the first question, let's. The cork oak has the thickest bark of any living tree. Any living tree. What is the question? The cork oak has the thickest bark of any living tree. Thickest bark. Does it have thickest bark? Cork, the thick bark of the cork oak tree is a remarkable material. Talk about thick only. And then the cork oak itself has extraordinary, the bark grows up to 20 cm in thickness. And the next keyword is any living tree. This is so tricky, any living tree. And the thickest, that doesn't talk about thickest, only the thick and thickness. Cork oak bark, okay, any living tree, range of possible, doesn't talk about this. Does it talk about the cork oak is definitely not given. Alright, not given. This is question number 1 answer. Scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same cell structure as natural cork. What are the keywords? Scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same cellular structure as natural cork. Scientist, with the word first, scientist developed this developed, absolutely here, developed most probably as a defense against forest fires. The bark of the cork oak has a particular cellular structure, and the same cellular structure as the natural cork. With about 40 million cells per cubic centimeters, that technology has never succeeded replicating. The question, let's read it. Scientists have developed a synthetic cork with the same cellular structure as natural cork. Developed most probably is the talk about, most probably as the defense against forest fires. The bark of the cork oak has a particular cellular structure with about 40 million cells per cubic centimeters. The technology has never succeeded replicating. This is false, because never replicating is the keyword here, key idea. This is the answer of question number 2. As I'm not going to see the answer of question number 3 above, as the questions are usually in order. Individual cork oak tree must be left 25 years between the first and the second harvest. Individual cork oak tree must be left for 25 years between the first and second harvest. 25 years, let's for 25 years. It was somewhere just here. 200 years old, yes, 25 years. Absolutely, this is keyword first. From the planting of a cork spelling to the first harvest takes 25 years, and a gap of approximately a decade means 10 years, a decade must separate harvest from the individual cork oak tree, and the top 4 quality cork. It's necessary to wait for further 15 to 20 years from first to second harvest. Individual cork oak tree must be left for 25 years between the first and not 25. It talk about 15 to 20 years. This is false. Question number 3 answer. And the cork bark should be stripped or harvested in dry atmospheric conditions. That's then you even have to wait for the right kind of summer's day to harvest cork. Yes, harvest cork. If the bark is stripped on the day when it is too cold, dry, and the air is damp, the tree will be damaged. Is definitely the answer is the cork oak should be stripped in dry atmospheric conditions. Harvest cork, and if you stripped on the day it is too cold, you even have to wait for the right kind of summer's day to harvest cork. This is the answer of question number 4. True. The only way to remove the bark from cork oak tree is by hand. Remove is the keyword. The only way to remove the bark from the cork oak tree. Okay, let's go back here. Harvesting by the very specialized profession. No mechanical means of stripping cork bark has been invented. It has not been invented, so the job is done by teams of highly skilled workers. But the question, the only way to remove the bark from the cork oak tree is by hand, as is that the harvesting is a very specialized profession. No mechanical means of stripping cork bark has been invented, so the job is done by the teams of highly skilled workers. This is the answer of question number 5. Absolutely, it is true. So let's go to the next one. Yes, one word only. So these are fill in the blanks, as these are very easiest questions to solve in IELTS reading. They come in order. Questions come in comparison of aluminum screw caps and cork bottle stoppers. Advantages of aluminum screw caps. Let's find out aluminum screw caps first in the reading test. Aluminum. This aluminum. The questions are as often said in the chronological. Yeah, aluminum screw caps. Advantages of aluminum screw caps. Now read the question. Do not affect the bottle contents. Do not affect. Yes, do not affect. So let's read. The result has been a gradual yet steady move first towards the plastic stoppers and more recently the aluminum screw caps. Surprises are cheaper to just does not affect. Let's read from here. Recent years have been the monopoly bottle stoppers due to the concern about the effect of this contents of this caused by the chemical compound of which through the interaction of cohesion made. The tiniest concentration, little shade to 4 parts of the cell unit. The tiniest concentrations as little as 3 or 4 parts to the trillion can spoil the taste of the product contained in the bottle. The result has been a gradual yet steady move towards plastic stoppers and more recently to aluminum screw caps. Aluminum screw cap, it doesn't affect. The effect, what is the, yes, it not. Bottle content, it is spoil, but this is the answer. Spoil. Oh, no, let's read it. Do not affect of the bottle contents. Spoil, as affect spoil the taste of the product. Taste is the answer. So this is the answer of question number 6. Taste. To produce. The result has as aluminum. This substance is cheaper to manufacture. To produce similar meaning. Yes, they're cheaper to. Cheaper is the answer. Definitely cheaper. To use. And the case of screw caps, more convenient for the users are more convenient is absolutely, this is the answer of question number 8. Convenient. CONVENIENT, convenient. Okay, advantage of cork bottle stoppers. Yes, cork stoppers does have several advantages. Yes, we are also searching. However, firstly, suite of quality products. Firstly, the traditional image is more in keeping with that of the type of the high quality goods. High quality goods. The quality products, quality goods, similar meaning. And then suite of quality products. First, traditional images is more in keeping with that of the type of high quality goods. Traditional images, one word only. Yeah, one word only. Yes, it's the image. The answer of question number 9. Made from a material, it has long been associated. Secondly, very importantly, cork is a sustainable product. is a sustainable product that can be recycled without difficulty. Made from a material. What sort of material? Cork is a sustainable product made from sustainable. The answer of question number 10. Sustainable. Sustainable. And easily can be recycled without difficulty. Easily without difficulty. Yeah, recycled is the answer. This is the answer of question number 11. Recycled. And cork forest aid. Cork forest are to moreover. Cork forest are a resource which support local biodiversity. Aid is similar meaning support, which support local biodiversity, and is biodiversity. Answer of question number 12. Biodiversity. And cork forest stop happening. They stop and prevent is similar meaning is stop desertification in the regions where they are planted. Cork forests stop happening. Desertification. Prevent desertification in the region. Desertification is the answer of question number 13. Desertification. Yes. This is the end. Reading passage 2. Collecting as a hobby. 9. One of the varied human activities psychologists find fascinating, and this is identified. Amazing hundreds, even thousands of postcards, chocolate, something. Collect there are the people who collect because they want to make money. Yeah, make money. Cheaply, expect buying cheap something. Many collect to develop their social life, attending or meetings of group of collectors and exchanging information of items like that. Semi-minded people. After motives for collecting the desires, find something special, particular example of collecting such as early recording particular singer. Some may spend the whole life in hunt. Yeah, this is for psychologically and something individual. And then if you think about collecting postage stamps, another potential reason for it, perhaps like that. And similarly something is amassed without cause in the past and nowadays. Illicit popular form of collecting, particularly among boys, men. Yes, something like that. Locomotive, okay, and then transporters, exchange. Knowledgeable about railway. Some people collect dolls may go behind doll or doll go when enlarging the collection. Okay, Europe, 16th century. Not all collectors intended in learning how to go through psychological reasons. Something wisdom collectors. Was the one reason conscious or not what for someone chooses to collect this collectors individualism. Something talks about this. Of course, babies given pleasure to his governments collecting usually putting hobbies and non-collectors, something like that. Okay. Oh, the questions fill in the blanks. Again, these questions are in order. One word only. So let's read. The writer mentions collecting as an example of collecting in order to make money, and an example of collecting in order to make money. Yeah, Make money, it was somewhere in the second somewhere. So making money, yes, making money. This is what exactly the keyword. Let's read. What is the question? Yes. The writer mentions collecting as an example of collecting in order to make money. The people who collect because they want to make money. This could be called the instrumental reason for collecting, that is, collecting as a means of an end. They look for and say antiques. They will look for say antiques that they can buy cheaply and expect to be able to sell at a profit. Yeah, there is the answer. What is the question? The writer mentions collecting as an example. What is the collect? Is this? They say that antiques is definitely the answer of question number 14. Antiques. Antiques. Then collectors may get a feeling of from buying and selling items. Feeling of. Collectors may get a feeling of. There will be psychological event. Buying cheap, selling give the collectors sense of. Yes, there is feeling of, sense of triumph. But there may will be a psychological element too. Buying cheap and selling dear can give the collector a sense of triumph. Collectors may get a feeling of from buying and selling items. Feeling of is definitely the sense of feeling of triumph. Is the answer of question number 15. TRIUMPS. Now, Collectors Club. Collectors Club provide opportunity to share. To share. Provide Collectors Club. Club develop their social life. Meeting as attending the meeting of group of collectors and exchanging information. Collecting club, collecting group is definitely collect to develop their social life, attending meetings of a group of collectors and exchanging information on items. The question: collectors club provide opportunity to share. This is collectors club provide opportunity to share. The collect develop their social life, attending meetings of group and collectors and exchanging information. Exchanging, yes, share, exchanging information. The answer of question number 16. Information. This is information. Collectors clubs offer with people who have similar interest. Similar interest. People who have similar interest. Collectors club offer. This is a variant on joining a bridge or club or a gym that similarly brings them into contact with like-minded people. This is the phrase, yes, like-minded, similar interest people. Okay, collectors club offer with people who have similar interest. This is variant on joining a bridge or club or a gym and similarly brings them into contact. This is the answer of question number 17. Contact. So collecting sometimes involves whole long life. Okay, involves for a special item. Involves whole or long life or lifelong. And the motive of collecting is desire to find something special. Particular example: collected items such as rarely recording to a particular singer. Okay, some may spend their whole life, a long life, with a similar meaning. Long life, yes, the keyword. Collecting sometimes involves a lifelong, or some people may spend their whole life in a hunt for this. Is definitely the hunt. Is the answer of question number 18. Searching for something particular may prevent people from feeling Their life is feeling particular. Sometimes the people feeling their life is particularly this particular may prevent people from feeling their life. Okay, just go below of this. So there is a okay. So psychologically there can be a purpose of life that otherwise feels aimless. Yeah, the answer is so near as it's 19. Completely aimless, feels aimless. Stamp collecting may be because it provides facts about different countries, realities. What the question, the stamp collecting may be because it provides facts about different countries. Postage and this collecting opens window of the other countries, different countries, and plant animals, famous people. Okay. Different countries. Stamp collecting opens the window to other countries and to the other plants, animals, or famous people, or shown in the stamps. Stamp collecting may be because it provides facts. Let's read the sentence here. If you think about collecting postage stamps, other potential reasons for it, or perhaps the result of collecting is its educational value. Yes, as a result of collecting is an educational value. Stamp collecting opens windows. Because stamp collecting may be because it provides facts about different countries. It's absolutely educational is the answer. The answer of question number 20, educational. And tends to be mostly a male hobby. What is mostly a male hobby? What do male do more often? Okay, let's go below. Similarly, in the 19th century, many collectors imaged fossils, animal and plants around the globe, and this amount of famous male. Okay, in the past and nowadays, to the lesser extent, the popular form of collecting, particularly among boys. Yes, among boys, the male and men. Definitely, this phrase belonged to male. Similar meaning, male was transporting. Tends to be mostly a male hobby. In the past and nowadays too, though to a lesser extent, a popular form of collecting, particularly among boys and men, was transporting. Absolutely, this is transporting was male hobby, whether in the past or lesser, nowadays. The answer of question number 21. Okay. TRAINS PUTTING. Okay, copy this. Okay, again true false. These questions are also in order. Oh, this is just okay. True false not given. The number of people buying dolls. Okay, the number of people buying dolls has grown over the centuries. Buying dolls. These are the keywords. Buying dolls. Okay. Buying dolls. It doesn't talk about buying dolls above the text. Okay. Buying dolls. Buying dolls. Buying dolls. Sleep. Let's go back to the text. The tricky. Buying dolls. Somebody particular purpose that is transmit exchange information knowledge exchange particular Indian by oh stop. The number of people buying dolls has grown. Buying dolls. Okay, similarly people who collect dolls as the keyword may go behind simply enlarging their collection and develop an interest in the way that dolls are made or the materials that are used. The question talk as the number of people buying dolls has grown over the centuries. Over the centuries doesn't talk about the increasement of the centuries. This is the keyword buying dolls. Absolutely the answer of question number 22 is here. Let's read it thoroughly. Similarly, people who collect dolls may go behind simply enlarging their collection and develop simply enlarging, their collection and develop an interest in the way that dolls are made or the materials that are used. These are changed over the centuries. Okay. The number of people buying dolls are grown over the centuries. It just doesn't talk. It's not given. Doesn't talk about the centuries. 16th century European dolls were normally made of wax and porcelain. 16th century, first of all, 16th century European dolls. Okay, 16th century. These have changed. 16th century, the keyword. These have changed over the centuries for the wood. From the wood. Yeah, changed over the century from the wood that was standard in 16th century Europe through the wax and porcelain of later centuries. Wax and porcelain were used in the later centuries, not in the 16th, before 16th century or up to 16th century. The woods, this is false. Absolutely false. Arranging the stamp collection may by the size of the arranging a stamp collection by the size of the stamp is less common than other methods. This is one of the size of the stamps. Arranging size. Okay. Arranging. So centuries to this, the collectors might be inspired by study of dolls and okay. So arranging the keyword. Arranging of a stamp collection by the size of the stamps is less common than other methods. Arranging a stamp. Okay, stamp collectors, for instance, arrange their stamps in albums, usually very neatly organizing their collection according to certain commonplace principles, plus perhaps by country in alphabetical order. It talks about alphabetical order, grouping stamps by what they depict people or board maps and so on. It doesn't talk about size. The question asks about size of the stamps in less common than other. Okay, it doesn't talk about this set of stamp collector. This is not given. Someone who collects unusual objects may want others to think he or she is also unusual. Someone who collects unusual objects may want others to think he or she is also unusual. Okay. One reason, as this is question number 23. The answer of question number 24. Yes, absolutely. The answer is below. One is a considered not for what someone chooses to collect is to show. Okay, unusual objects. So consists or not what someone chooses to collect is to have the collection. Someone, yes, someone. Same word, someone. The answer is going below. Okay, someone who decides to collect something as unexpected, unusual, as dog colors, for instance, maybe conveying their belief that they must be interesting themselves, and believe it or not, maybe or may not. There is at least one raw color museum in existence, and it grew out of a personal collection. Someone who collects unusual objects may want others to think he or she is also unusual. Someone who decides to collect something as unexpected as dog collars, for instance, may be conveying their belief that they must be interesting themselves. Yes, this is the answer of question number 25. So unusual objects, 1 to yes, this is true. Collecting gives a feeling, collecting gives a feeling that other hobbies are unlikely to inspire. Collecting gives feeling that other hobbies are unlikely to inspire. Of course, all hobbies are pleasure, all hobbies give pleasures, but the common factor in feeling that other hobbies are unlikely to inspire. Collecting gives a feeling that other hobbies are collecting is usually passion, and pleasure is putting it forth to immediately more than most other hobbies. Collecting can be totally engrossing and can give a strong sense of personal fulfillment. Personal fulfillment feeling, personal other than hobbies are unlikely to inspire. To non-collectors, it may appear to eccentric if harmless way of spending time and potential. This is true. True. Okay, this is the uh, reading section. Third passage. What is the purpose of gaining knowledge? Okay, purpose of gaining knowledge. Just underline it. So I find an instruction, or any person can find instruction in any subject that are the founders motto to Cornell University. Instruction and characterization of different university, also in USA, where I currently teach philosophy. Okay, that is the S for profit, because it is in single inverted comma. Okay, somewhat important, and like to any undergraduates, and again higher science. And naturally, the course intended perspective on investigators. So take out checking the first deliberately, discovering and establishing evidence of effective prosecution in the court of law. So the course of perspective. So in this is the professionalization. Writer. And before this is which and the degree program, philosopher. Something principle of marketing is important. Is marketing a question? Many students immediately assume that the question about making principles obvious or no, it is important. Ethical help obviously need to do it principles. Okay, it is obvious. Again, it becomes a question. Okay, and by definition, principle, inspiration. Okay. This is the philosopher Immanuel Kant. Let us learn both means and terms. Both terms, means and to marketing. Okay, both terms and purpose. Something neither, can't again, and then both and the neither. Okay. And it is the point that as and profit becomes supremely relevant. As and becomes supremely relevant, this course means and these are just opposite. Means writing Arson, again marketing, found, can gives, doctor and prisoner. Okay, this is skimming and scanning. Yes. List of weddings. They're not in order. Not in order. So fill in the blanks. Is in order. Is order. Oh, yes, no, not given order. Or these are very tricky. So now I'll do the easiest section of this reading section 3. Fill in the blanks as it comes in order. Okay, asset for profit. This is assertion for profit and the reasons. And this is a university course intended for students who are undergraduate. Yeah, undergraduates are the word in the first paragraph or somewhere. Who are studying and who are studying. Okay, assertion for profit. Okay, yes, it's here. Assertion for profit. Because assertion profit and into the books. Any undergraduates who have met the academic requirements can sign up for the course in our program in fire science. Program. The name of the course is fire science. This is a university course. This means yes, intended for students who are undergraduate and who are studying. Undergraduates who have met the academic requirements can sign up the course in as the name of the course is fire science. This is the answer is fire science. Yes, this is fire science. The answer of question number 33. Sorry, oh, it's 34. The fire science. The expectation is that they will become, and what will they become at last? Specializing in as after having fire science. Okay, and I am going to search the answer of question number 30 just below 33. The questions are generally in order. So next, the course is intended for prospective Arson, yeah, intended for prospective arson investigators who can learn all the tricks of the trades for detecting whether a fire was deliberately set, discovering who did it, and establishing a chain of evidence. Let's see the question. The expectation intended, the expectation is that they will be. The course is intended for prospective arson investigators. Will investigator. The answer. And 34 answer. Investigators. Okay. Investigators. I'm going to write it here. INVESTIGATORS. This course will help them to detect case of arson and find criminal intent leading to a successful in the court. We will learn the trade, the detecting whether fire deliberately set, discovering who did it, and establish a chain of evidence for effective prosecution in the court of law. Yes, the court of law. In the court is quite similar. Detect the case of arson and find the criminal intent, and discovering similar meaning, who did it, and establishing chain of evidence for effective prosecution, effective, successful. Effective is similar meaning of successful in courts. This is prosecution. The answer of 36. prosecutions. And find the criminal intent. Establish the chain of knowledge. Evidence. Intent. Did it in the chain of evidence. No more than 2 words. Find evidence of criminal intent. Okay. The chain of evidence. This is evidence, definitely, in the answer of question number 35. Evidence. Aston not given. Oh, okay. Also, this question later. Now, section A, matching headings. The bit of this question, tricky question. Reading section 3. Okay, section A. Let's read. Course. Let's read the course that require a high level of commitment. Course title with 2 meanings. A course title with 2 meanings. The equaling concept of 2 key issues. 2 key issues. Applying a theory in an unexpected context. Financial benefit of studying. Surprising course title. Different names for different outcomes. Possibility of attracting a wrong kind of students. A, B, C, D, E, F. Wow. I'd find an institution where any person can find instruction in any subject. Any person can find instruction in any subject. That's the founder's motto to Cornell University, and it seems an apt characterization of the different university also in USA where I currently philosophy. Austin can prepare for either in research management or engineering or interior design or accounting or music or law enforcement. You mean it, but what would the founders of these 2 institutions have thought a course called Essential Profit? I kid you not. We have on the books and undergraduates. Okay. I would found an institution where any person find instruction in any subject, I government. Courses that require high level of commitment. This doesn't match. In the course title with 2 meanings doesn't talk about meaning. Equal importance of key to no doesn't talk. Applying a theory in unexpected context is somewhat. The financial doesn't talk about finance. Surprising a course title. Yes. These 2 messages, different names of different outcomes. It doesn't talk about outcomes. The possibility of attempting to end up wrong kind of stuff. Equal importance. This applying a theory doesn't talk about applying. As this is surprising course title. Is VI. Is 21. Answer. Naturally, the course intends with prospective person straight for detecting over a fast and deliberately discovering into the establishment chain of 15% law. But it wouldn't this to be a perfect course for prospective arsonists to sign for. My point is not to criticize academic programs of higher science. They are highly welcome to part of the increasing professionalization of this and many other occupations. However, some contrary is not unknown for the firefighter to torch building. This example suggests how dishonest and illegal behavior with the help of higher education can creep into every aspect of public and business life. Dishonest. However, the course title requires a high level of commitment. Doesn't match. It has already gone. Let's cut it or circle it. A course with 2 meanings. Equal importance of key issue. Applying theory in unexpected context. For my academic program, is highly welcome as increasing professionalization of this kind and another occupation. However, it is unknown. It is not unknown. It is known for firefighter to touch the building. This example shows how dishonest and illegal behavior and help of the higher education can creep into every aspect of public and business life. Applying a theory doesn't talk about theory. This talks about with course, you know. Equal no. Tie the course title with two meanings. No. Equal importance in two cases. No. Applying theory in an unexpected context. No. Financial benefit doesn't talk about any finance. Different names of different outcomes. No. The possibility of attacking a wrong kind of style is dishonest. Something is related here. I am going to write 28 answer. Yes, VII triple I. So this one. Oh, but time is moving. I realized this new when I was invited to speak before a class in marketing, which is another of our degree program. Talks about another next one. The regular instructor is a colleague who appreciates the kind of ethical perspective I can bring as a philosopher. There are endless ways, and I could have approved this assignment, but I took my cue from the title of the course, Principle of Marketing. It talks about two courses that require high. No, the course with yes, a course title with two meanings. Marketing. Yes, I made that this asks Eastern is marketing principle. After subject matter can principle in the sense of being confident, having rules, and as with football or chess, without being a principle, the sense of being. Many of the students immediately assume that answer in a question of marketing principles was obvious. No. Just look at the voice and everything under the has obviously need not to be done in principle. Course title that does not matter. A course title with two meanings is this has equal importance of two key skills applying for theory in unexpected context. Different names of different outcomes. No, this is I. The answer of question number 30 is it obvious? I made the suggestion which may sound downright crazy in light of the evidence that forest marketing by definition principle. My inspiration for this judgment is the philosopher Immanuel Kant who argued that any body of knowledge consists of an end or a purpose and a means. Any body of knowledge focuses. Okay. Focuses. Like that. Course require a high level of commitment. The equal importance of key to is equal importance. Yes, equal importance. Applying an unexpected context. Not unexpected context. Finance doesn't talk about finance. Different names of different outcomes. No. This is the equal importance. This math. This the answer of question number 30. Let's apply both terms and means and end of marketing. Both terms. The students have signed up for the course in order to learn how the market effectively what end to be main attitudes towards the question. One is that answer is obvious, then purpose of marketing also. Another attitude, the purpose of marketing is irrelevant. Each person comes to program and course with this and plan of this not even concern acquisition of marketing size. My proposal, I believe that also the neither of the attitudes capture the significant mentioned. Knowledge of professional behavior it definitely both means and the end. Hence both deserve scrutiny. Students need to study both how to achieve action also. Course that require and doesn't talk about this applying for an unexpected context. Unexpected means and ends to terms says this. I'm going to write this IV instead of 31. The point asset of profit becomes supremely relevant. This course is primarily of overall means how to detect and pursue criminal activity that their present and is good and ethical sense, and ask the fires and students to and purpose of the field, and then naturally generalize something like that as safety and welfare of society, which seems high, and then some knowledge builds such that principle of marketing on principle way. We have another term for this. Freud can give the example of doctor and prisoner. Doctor and prisoner just who use the identical knowledge to achieve their divergent ends. We would say that one is participating medicine and another is murder. Different names of different. Yes, it's totally this. Definitely. 32. Now let's go back here. It is difficult to attract students onto courses that do not focus on career. Attract students courses that do not focus on career. Doesn't career focus on career. The action for profit course would be useful for people inventing to fire to the buildings. To fire. Action profit useful intending to set fire. It was somewhere here. Fire face. Yeah, fire something here. Fire science. I could say professional in our course. However, it is not unknown. It is known for the firefighter to torch building. How this torch building? It as a course would be useful for people intending to fire build. To this is true. Sorry. Yes. And the answer of this question is definitely above. It is difficult to attract students on courses. It is difficult to attract the students. Focus on a career. Doesn't talk about career. That doesn't for a student can prepare for a career in research management, engineering, and accounting. Knowledge how investment you make. What would the founders of these two institutions have thought of a course called Lesson for Profit? It is difficult to attract students onto courses. It is difficult. Doesn't talk about any difficulty. I am to write. Not given. Fire science courses are too academic to help people to be good at the job of firefighting. Fire science courses are too academic. However, in my point of view, it is academic program of fire science. Highly welcome as a part of increasing professionalization. This is in my occupation. Fire science courses are too academic. Doesn't talk about too academic. The answer is definitely yes. My opinion not criticize academic program for fire science. They are highly welcome as a part of increasing professionalization of this and in other areas. Too academic doesn't is not given. Good. Not given. The writers, fire science students provide a detailed definition of the purpose of their study. Detailed definition talk about definition here in this third section. Marketing principles. Definition marketing principle. Okay, I realize that's a definition. This principle of marketing. I made the thing the students and marketing principle. The subject matter to have principles in the sense of big identify rules and policies and being principle. Distance immediately assume that answer of the question of marketing principle was obvious. No. Yes, it or not. No definition. Since systems provide detailed information. This is no. Okay, this is the we call the and I'm going to check my answers from Cambridge IELTS today. Let's check the answers. This is Cambridge IELTS today. I'm going to check the answers. It's approximately an hour. Okay, so the reading section answers. Okay, let's match the answers first. Okay, these are the answers. Okay, the first one is question number 1 not given is correct. Question number 2 false. Question number 3 false. 4 true, 5 true. Question number 6, yes, question number 6 test. Question number 7 cheaper, 8 convenient, 9 image, 10 sustainable, 11 recycle, 12 biodiversity, and 13 desertification. Okay, this is so. Question number 14 answer is antics, triumph, information, contact, is meeting is also mentioned, contact, or it is added or somewhere. Okay, contact is also acceptable. On aimless, educational, and then transporting, correct. Question number 22 not given, 23 false, 24 not given, 25 is correct true, 26 true. Up to this. Now question number 27 BI correct. Question number 28 V triple I correct. Question number 29 II. Question number 30 triple I. 32 30 sorry. Question number 27 VI. 28 V triple I. 29 double I. Question number 30 IV is wrong. It's wrong. Question number 30 IV. And question number 31 a triple I mistake. It's a great mistake. It's triple I. And 32 B double I. Yes. Now question in 33 fire science investigators 34 35 evidence 36 procutions procution is given in the answer. Procution, yes, procution is maybe penalized here because of this S. I'll write this wrong. Question number 37 not given. 38 S. 39 no, it's not given. It's no, wrong. So computed 4 1 2 3 4. Question number 31 and 36 and 39 means 4 mistakes. 36 out of 40. If you will not be penalized here, it will be 37 means at least approximately 8. so it's great. 36 in reading. Okay, it's 8. Yes, it's 36 out of 40 is 8. Okay, if you find this video useful and somewhat, let's say, supportive in your reading success, please write the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe. And it took a bit long time because I had tried my best to give some explanation, so the time is approximately an hour. Okay, thank you a lot. I hoping this video will be too much supportive in your reading section. Thank you.